What if I told you the biggest obstacle right now in your life isn't your boss, isn't the inflation in the market, the economy, isn't any of those, but actually you yourself? Welcome to Namaste Club. Today we're going to dive into why your shadow is blocking you from making millions. This is going to be a short video because I'm trying to make my videos a little shorter so they're more digestible just for you guys. So let's dive in real quick. Carl Jung, a very famous therapist and psychologist, has mentioned by Jungian psychology that your hidden self is actually preventing you, the subconscious side is preventing you from being aware of the things you need to be aware of about that are actually ruling your conscious mind. Now, this is happening not only with money, this is happening with the body weight that you have, the fitness, the health, the soulmate, the relationships, the friends, the social network you have in your life, the house, the shelter, the place you live in, your ability to be free and roam the world and travel and live the lifestyle that you want. You are actually inhibiting yourself from these great things that you desire. Now, Napoleon Hill has mentioned a lot and spoken about desire and having the desire, a burning desire of something really amazing that you want. And we're going to talk about that. Everything essentially is energy. Now, when you bring energy to your triggers and you don't filter them out, you're not aware of them. You have not integrated your shadow. When I say shadow, I mean all of these things that are not in the surface, that are hidden below the surface, that are in the subconscious. Like, let's say I now give you $1 million. You might be, oh my God, I'm afraid. I'm not even excited. I'm afraid of the amount of money, of the amount of responsibility that I need to have. I'm afraid of what people might perceive of me when I have money. Rich people are like this. Rich people are greedy. All these subconscious thoughts that are shaping your reality. And that is preventing you from attaining the money and the wealth and the abundance that you want. Now, a side note, the shadow isn't evil. It's not this dark monster that you think it is. It is essentially something that we just kind of push away to the side and we just don't control. And the best way, which Neville Goddard has mentioned, the best way to bring awareness is to actually impress the subconscious mind with ideas of abundance and wealth and the desirability that you want to have. Now, some people will always do manifestation tricks and different routines, different patterns, visualizations, affirmations, meditations, all sorts of things that help you manifest. But the truth is, if you don't integrate your shadow with your relationship with money, your relationship, and not only because you're deserving of it and you're worthy of it, but essentially, how can I actually first let go of all the fears, the rejections, what I have been taught by childhood, essentially, how these things are affecting my life right now and my judgment of money, of my relationship with money, my relationship with my body, my relationship with someone else, when I'm with someone romantically speaking, or with someone even by friendship. So whatever it is that you want, a lot of these things are actually controlling our lives. And what you're doing is you're just continue to avoid it. You're continuing to avoid it, and you're continuing to hide those things and push them below the surface. And then they just explode at some point. Now, really, back to what I said before, if something is irritating you, when some creator is now getting, let's say, 1 million views, all right, someone on YouTube, let's say you want to become a YouTuber, a creator. Let's say someone you know has just attained $1 million. What are you going to do? How do you feel about it? What is the reaction? You can judge everything by your reaction. Your reaction says everything about your shadow side. If you even say, like, good for them, that's amazing. Okay. But what if you feel other things like, oh, fear or judgment, or you feel envious, for instance? Okay. Those are all valid feelings, by the way, but that actually shows things about your shadow side, and everything that irritates you can actually give us a glimpse about the shadow and what we can do. Now let's dive in what we can do to actually integrate and resurface the shadow really quick with a few questions, a little session here. And then you can actually let it go and start integrating the shadow. All right, so I got some 5 very quick questions that I want you to write down and stop this video, okay? What would I lose if I became financially abundant? What would I lose if I became financially abundant? Would friends judge you? Would your family beg you of money? Would your friends or family judge you or be envious of you? Would people expect more of you? Will you have more responsibility? Oh, you won't know who you are anymore. Okay, these are just some general examples here. So this is question number 1. And I want you to take every question and sit with it at least 5 minutes. Put a timer on, use your clock, open your phone clock and use a timer on. And I want you to do this little session here. Besides just doing manifestation, visualizations, affirmation work, meditations, all that stuff, I really want you to actually strip away the shadow side and confront it, meet it, resurface it, and integrate it into yourself. Now, the next question is, what do I secretly believe wealthy people are like? So what is something secretly that you believe in that rich people or financially abundant people are like? Okay, I want you to please write down the 10 words that come to mind. Just write them down, okay? Are those traits are something that you are afraid of becoming? Maybe there's some inhibitions there when you're afraid of becoming abundant and wealthy and financially free because you think those people might be greedy, these people might be powerful, might do things that are not okay. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, okay? But those are things that you need to resurface. You need to acknowledge them and be like, okay, I'm now aware of that. That does not control my life. That does not control my fate anymore. The next question is, what part of me benefits from staying exactly where I'm at? So what's going to happen if you're going to continue to stay where you are right now, where you're probably don't have the money you want, don't have the bank account that you actually desire, don't have the body you want, don't have the soulmate you want, the friends, the house, the dream car, all of that. Maybe possible answers could be risk of failing, disappoint anyone. Maybe you're doing this just to actually, get everyone on board with you and actually respect you, where you actually have to find your self-worth within. Because a lot of the time people just want money for the self-respect, not because they want money for other reasons, okay? Be visible, make difficult decisions, discover my limits, okay? Now, the other 4th question, when have I judged someone for their success? This shows you exactly. It could be a friend, it could be someone you know, someone that you know. It could be someone on the news, it could be someone on your Instagram feed, whatever that may be. I want you to think when you have actually judged someone and think of your reactions and your feelings. I want you to dive into your feelings and I want you to speak to that feeling and acknowledge it. Even if you're a little bit envious, why not me? Why not me? And this friend has received this funding for a project they worked on where I am still struggling, for instance. So I want you to see how you can better your relationship with the abundance that you want to have. Now, another question, if money could speak, what would it say about our relationship? Now, this one is my favorite because this one is a little bit creative. I want you to put in like 5 to 10 words of actually the relationship and the thoughts. And it could be also misconstrued thoughts that are not true and are just anxieties and fears that you have around money, around managing money, around dealing with power. A lot of the time people are like, okay, now I have a lot of power. How do I sustain this power? How do I maintain it and not let it go? How do I become a force of good? So these are the questions I have for you. finally here, I want you to kind of conclude and sit with your shadow, because your shadow is part of who you are. It's your subconscious mind. Now, I also have some limiting beliefs that I'm working through and I have worked through. And now, I didn't know that abundance is actually not just about money. It's about, your whole physicality. It's about the friends that you have. It's about the house that you have, the food that you have. Doesn't matter if you have $2 in your bank account, that's still abundance, because some people don't even have $2. To kind of say thank you and come into gratitude with the things that you have, the voice that you have. And those are super important, because abundance is also energy. It's like giving. You can give someone of your time, you can give someone of your kind words and your messages to the world. And so that is also a form of abundance. And I don't think that you can only manifest from a state of lack, a state of just force and grind of trying to visualize, your car, your dream car, visualize the house that you want, visualize the girl that you want, and all of these things, or the boy, whatever that may be. But you need to actually do some inner work. And sometimes there is a little bit of more inner work to be done for you to actually let go of things that are just fears, and people are just afraid because it's a little monster below the bed. And that is why it is sometimes, scary to deal with these things, deal with these emotions.